Dear students, my name is Dr. Jacob Patile. I'm your facilitator for the course part 105, Introduction to Local Government Administration. This course is designed to introduce you to the basic principles of local government administration in Nigeria. I assure you that you are going to have a rewarding and exciting time in the class. The objective of the lesson are to define the concept of local government administration, explain the main characteristics of local government, differentiate between local government and local administration, and also to explain the scope of local government administration. Introduction. Local government administration is practiced in either federal or unitary state. A federal state is a state where there is a constitutional allocation of responsibility between the three layers of government: the federal, the state, and local government. Whereas in a unitary state, there is no constitutional allocation of jurisdictional powers among the tiers of government. In fact, where we have the component units, they are in existence at the mercy of the central government. Different types of local government are practiced all over the world. We have the single tier, the two-tier, and the multi-tier types of local government. In a single-tier local government, all functions of local government are concentrated in one local government. A single local government is expected to provide a full range of services in a single-tier local government. Examples of single-tier local government are the County Bureau of English and the City Corporation of the United States of America. A two-tier local government consists of upper tier and the lower tier. The upper tier exists in a situation where you have regions, districts, or in the metropolis, whereas the upper tier, we have them in cities, towns, and villages. A multi-tier local government is another type of local government, and there are many local government units for the same locality in a multi-tier local government. More than one local government is charged with the responsibility of local government affairs. So governmental functions are performed by different local governments in the same locality. The essence of local government is to bring government closer to the grassroots so as to encourage citizens' participation in decision-making process. Of course, one of the essence of local government is to encourage local participation to ensure that the local people are given a sense of belongingness, and so as to encourage them to participate in decision-making process. Meaning of local government administration. There are many definitions that have been given by different scholars. However, what we are going to do in this class is to consider some of these definitions. Local government has been described as a grassroots government recognized by law. It has also been described as the closest tier of government to the people. What we are trying to say is that in a federal state where there are three levels of government, federal, state, and local government, the local government is the closest government to the people at the grassroots level. And it is the only government that can guarantee the participation of the local people in their own affairs. Local government has also been described as a subunit of government controlled by a local council, which is authorized by the central government to pass ordinances having a local application. Characteristics of local government. There are some basic characteristics of local government in any modern state. This includes localiness. What we are trying to say here is that local government is the lowest tier of government. Like we have said before, there are 3 levels of government in a federal state. And of course, of these 3 levels of government, local government is the closest government to the people at the grassroots level. It is the government at the grassroots or local level. Another major characteristic is that local government has a legal existence that is stipulated in the Constitution. So the Constitution of Federal Government, of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, has given a legal backing for local government in Nigeria. Local government also enjoy substantial autonomy, and that is why it is also regarded as a 3rd-tier level of government. As far as we are concerned in Nigeria, the 1976 local government reform actually gave local government a full recognition as a tier of government, and therefore local government can be said to enjoy substantial autonomy. Local government also exists within a defined territory. In Nigeria, there are 774 local governments, and each of these local government areas has a well-defined territory. Local government also exercises its authority over a given population. In Nigeria, every local government is expected to have an estimated 150,000 to 800,000 people before it can be regarded as a local government area. Local government also exercises some specific powers and performs certain functions as stated in the Constitution. In Nigeria, some of the functions of local government include refuse disposal, construction and maintenance of markets, registration of birth and death, maintenance of cemetery, signage and advertisement, construction of local roads, culverts and drainages, and so on. Local government councils are also expected to have elected representatives, and it also serves as a catalyst for rural transformation through the provision of essential services to the people at the grassroots level. Differences between local government and local administration. Local administration is headed by the appointees of the higher authorities, either at the state level or at the federal government level. Whereas local government is headed by elected officials. I'm talking about the chairman of local government and other elected councillors. Also, the local government is headed by a chairman, while local government administration is headed by executive secretary or caretaker committee chairman. Scope of local government. When we are talking about the scope of local government, we are talking about the scope of responsibility, the areas of responsibility of local government as a tier of government in a state. And we can look at local government as an administrative unit of government What we mean by this is that local government can be regarded as a channel of communication through which the interests of the people at the grassroots level can be aggregated, and these interests can also be transmitted to other higher levels of government like the federal or state, and vice versa. Local government also keeps the local population informed about central policies and programs. Some of the policies that are formulated by the federal government or state government are implemented through local government areas. That is to say, the state authorities normally implement its policies through local government, and of course, the federal government policies are also implemented through local government authorities. Example of this is the use of MAPSA in disseminating some of the policies and programs of the federal government to the grassroots people. As a third tier of government, local government has its own administrative structure, like the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. In fact, the customary courts act as part of judiciary at the grassroots level. Then the second aspect of the scope of local government that we are considering is local government as a field of study. As a field of study or a discipline, local government refers to the academic discipline which studies the mechanics and structure through which government can execute its policies and programs. In other words, local government is a mechanism for the execution or implementation of government policies and programs at the grassroots level. After taking today's lecture, there's need for us to entertain one or two questions for our students who actually participated in the class. Can I take your own question?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. So I really enjoyed your class today. My name is Angela Abiodun Justina.
Yes.
My question is, why is it that local government is not regarded as a third tier of government in the unitary state, sir?
Yes, that's a very beautiful question. In the federal state, there are three levels of government, or three tiers of government, if you like: the federal, the state, and local government. These three levels of government are accorded constitutional responsibilities. They are recognized by the Constitution. Unlike in a unitary state, we have the central government and other levels of government. If at all they are in existence, they are just there at the mercy of the central government. So they cannot, other levels of government, particularly local government, cannot be seen as a third tier level of government. But in the federal state, each of the levels of government, federal, state, and local government, are actually recognized as tiers of government. And that is why in the unity state, you cannot see local government as a third tier level.
Thank you very much, sir.
Long question.
I'm Jola Shua. So my question is, why is the constitutional responsibility of the local government are being taken over by the state government in Nigeria?
Yes, that's another beautiful question. In Nigeria, you discover that, as we have considered in the course of our lecture, that the functions of local government are stated in the Constitution. And of course, when you look at it in practice, particularly in some states in Nigeria, some of the constitutional responsibilities of local government recently have been taken over by some state authorities. Maybe in their quest for revenue drive. For example, in Lagos State, in Rivers State, you discover that functions like disposal of waste, signage, and advertisement have been taken over by state authorities. This is not supposed to be. Ordinarily, the Constitution has accorded local government these constitutional responsibilities. And of course, if local governments are actually autonomous, then of course they should be allowed to perform their constitutional roles. And that is why there has been clamor for autonomy of local government in different parts of Nigeria. So I think that will answer your question.
Thank you very much, sir.
summary, and conclusion. In this lesson, we have been able to discuss the meaning of local government. Not only that, we were informed that local government is established to manage the affairs of the people at the grassroots level. The lesson also indicated that local government can be seen as an administrative unit of government and as a discipline. The lesson concludes that local government is indispensable in the modern day government.